Now let's take a look at what is append and what is merge in Power Query Editor. This is a very simple concept. Anyhow, before we go to the Power BI desktop, I will just explain what is append. Let's say you have two data sets, two different files are given to you, and you want to combine these two into a single file. It is as simple as that. So, what will happen is these two files will get combined. So these 3 plus 3, 6 records will get combined. That is what append. In SQL, the SQL language also we can do the append. So we have something called union all. Okay, union all operator is available. With that, you can combine the values from two tables in the SQL. Okay, in the interview they will ask you in Power BI you can use the Power Query Editor to do the append, joining the data from more than one table. That is called your append. You can do it with Power Query Editor. How do you do the same with SQL query using union all? For example, you have something called select star from table A and select star from table B. Here in between you need to put union all. Okay, it will take all the data from in the here and it will combine these two things. Union all will include the duplicate records. For example, in table A you have 1, 2, 3, and table B also you have 1, 4, 5 is there. What will happen is 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. All the records will be. It will not eliminate the duplicate. Look here, one is there here and one is there here, repeated. The same thing goes with the append. Append is literally like union all. If you have any duplicate values, it will not address it. It will not. Disregard that record. Okay. It will simply load. It will combine all the data into a single file. Okay. It is not taking care of the duplicate records. It will not eliminate the duplicate records. And the next one is the merge. The merge is combining rows from two or more tables based on matching rows. I explained you a while back what is foreign key, what is primary key. Primary key is your Aadhaar number, okay? And with your Aadhaar number, let's say you go to a hotel, you go and book a hotel. So every once let's say every once in a month, right? Every 5 times in a month, you go and stay in a hotel, okay? Different hotels. At a specific point in time, if they wanted to see so-and-so person, how many days, how many times you booked a hotel in a specific city or something like that. With the Aadhaar number, we can find out, right? So in your name, many people would have already booked it. Already they would have stayed there. How do we know uniquely, which person, right? So with the Aadhaar number, we can find it. So that is what your primary key. But for in case, how many number of times you are booking is some table, okay? So combining rows from, so the difference between append and merges, if you want to merge the data from one file to another file, you need to have primary key and foreign key. Okay, so with that only you can, by joining those two tables only, you can do the merge. You need to have the key columns. Okay, you need to tell to the Power Query Editor, in this table, this is the primary key, in this table, this is the foreign key. So with this, what you do is, like I have shown in the previous example, customer ID, and here I have customer ID. Okay, in these two things, right, you need to select the customer ID from here and in this table. Only then it does the join. You can perform different types of join. The one is the inner join. Inner join, I guess you studied during school time or college time, right? Anyhow, I will explain you what. 1 second, it is getting stuck here. Okay, there are, so this is the thing, right? So you have two tables. In this product table, this column is the primary key. It will have the unique values in it. It will have the unique values in it. So Nikon and Panasonic. Look here, Nikon is not appearing more than one time. You just think this is product is a primary key. Hence, you don't see duplicate values. This product table has the cost price for each product. And then we have something called effective start date, effective date, end date. You ignore at this moment these two things, but this is the primary key. So again, Nikon should not be there here. Each product should appear uniquely in this table. Okay, that's why we call this the dimension table. The dimension table, you will not have duplicates. This kind of dimension, or some people, they call it as a lookup table. Lookup table. They call it a lookup table. Okay. And this is kind of a transaction table. Table. This is kind of your primary key. Like I said, the product. And here, this product is like a foreign key. You need to specify the common column between these two tables. Okay. And but you might be asking this question. See, my data is available in Excel file and CSV file. In the case of database, we create the primary key and foreign key. In the Excel, nothing like foreign key, primary key. So that's where, right, when you merge the data in Power Query Editor, it will ask you, which column has unique values in it in one table, and another table, which column has the other table. It will not worry about the unique values. Okay. So if you have both the table, in the product column, you have the duplicate values here, then it will say some issues. Okay. You have some problem, or many to many relationship, something like that. Okay. That's a different thing altogether, but make sure that one to many relationship you have it. Even though in the Excel file, we cannot define primary key and foreign key like how we can define it in the RDBMS system, we cannot do it. But make sure that you don't have any duplicate records, at least in one file. All right. So this is my product file. So this is where all the prices, everything, the cost price, everything is there. So in this one, this kind of a master file. Okay. This is a master file for your product. Okay. But this is not a master file. This is a transaction file, right? So, but both the table, you need to have the product. And here, if I wanted to bring in the cost price from here to here, if I want to make the cost price part of this one, I need to join these two tables based on the common column of the product. And then only I can look here, and then only I can bring in this column from here to here. So in the interview, they will ask you in Power Query Editor, how can you move one column from a query to another query? So we can use merge. Okay. So in merge, we have different types of joins are there. What type of joins are there? You have something like inner join and left outer join, right outer join, and you have something called A union B, and outer join. This is full outer join. This is, what is this? Can someone tell me what is this? Computer science students can tell. Alpha, what is this? What is this? What do you call this type of join? This is your intersection. See, in the Venn diagram, school time we studied in the maths, right? So this is your A intersection B, the common value between these two tables. This is your left outer join. This is your left outer join. This is your right outer join. Right outer join. And this is your A union B. All the values from these two data sets. And here this is called a left anti-join. This is your right anti-join. Okay, what is A intersection B? So the classic example is the product table. We have seen it a while back. You have something called product table, and you have something called order detail table. Okay, order transaction table. Right. So this a single product may appear in multiple orders, right? More than one order. So hence the same product, let's say you have product ID, let's say 1, 2, 3. For simplicity's sake, in the product table, we have only these three values are there. And here, right, so you have something called, let's say you have something like 1, 4, 5, something is there. You just think that, forget about order, detail, product and all now. And 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4, 5. So in table A, we have 1, 2, 3. In table B, we have 1, 4, 5. When I do A intersection B, what will happen? Here, let's say I have 3 also is there available here. So what values are common between these two? 1 is common and 3 is common between these two. Here, 1 and 3. So the A intersection B, which is nothing but the inner join. This is what we call as the inner join. In SQL, even in the case of match, you have something called inner join is available. Inner join, if somebody says inner join, can you perform the inner join? Which means they are asking you to select the common values between these two data sets. Supposing you have 3 tables are there. You want to perform inner join with 3 tables. Is it possible to do that? If you have more than 2 tables, how can you do the inner join? First, you join these 2 tables, okay, and see with these 2 tables, you can perform another inner join with the other table. Let's say you have C table and A union B. So join A and B, inner join, from A, select star from A, inner join B on the key column you need to tell. And then again, you need to, the output of this one, you need to again do inner join with your this table. So that's how we do it. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about the complex part now because, I know that you don't have, a few people don't have programming background. At this moment, you just understand the A intersection B is nothing but inner join. Matching values between these two tables. That's all. It will return only the matching values between these two tables. Full stop. And next one is left outer join. So in this case, what will happen is I just put the same number here, 1, 2, 3, and you have something like 1, 4, 5, and 3 is there. So you can see here, this is the thing, right? The left side, entire left side, the common value between these two data set, and then the rest of the values from your table A will be fetched. The picture tells the story here, right? So here the common value between matching values between these two data sets. So 1 and 1 is matching and 3 and 3. So when you do left outer join, 1, 3 is common between these two data sets. And we are left with 2 in the left side table. 1, 3, 2 will be returned. So this 4, 5 will be excluded. That will not be included because, if you see the diagram, you should be able to remember it. The matching values between the two tables and the non-matching value from the left side table will be fetched. The opposite is right outer join. The same thing here, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 4, 5, 3 is there. So here also the entire B, but in this case, matching value between these two tables, it will retrieve. So 1 and 3 will be there, same as this one, 1 and 3. But the remaining values from the right side table, 4, 5, it will not, fetch the 2 here. Okay. If you see the diagram, you will be able to understand this one, right? So this is the one dark shaded, right? So all the values from B side, you can think that way. So if you see everything, that 1, 3, 4, 5, the same thing. Very simple. And next one is A union B. Let's say if you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3 will be selected. This is called your outer join. Outer join, full outer join. Full outer join. We should say this way, that way. Full outer join. This is left outer join. This is right outer join. And this one is left anti-join. Again, the picture tells us the story. Okay. Here, it is nothing but A minus B. A minus B. Okay. So whatever the values that are common will get excluded. And also the other values or the B values, right? The values that are there in the table B, as well as the common values between A and B will get excluded. The opposite is right outer join. So here it will exclude the entire B table and the matching, the common value between these two also will get excluded. Here, all the values from your right side table except the matching values between these two tables and the left side table will get except that one. That is what your right anti-join. Now the question is, they will ask you in the interview like this. So you mentioned about 4-year experience, right? So now they will expect you something like that. So when can I go for inner join? When can I go for left hand left? This is left outer join. Okay, left outer join. This is your right outer join. This is A union. Okay, now they will ask you this question. So first of all, inner join is same. You have a product table. In the product table, you have unique values, like we have seen in the previous slide. Nikon and what is the other thing? This is the one. Panasonic, Nikon and Canon, right? So Nikon, not that one. That is happened. And what is the merge data here? The merge data is Nikon, Nikon and Panasonic, right? This is your premix. If you do the inner join, what will happen is all the matching values between these two tables will be selected. So in that case, the Panasonic, Panasonic, Nikon, all this will get selected. Look here, all these values got selected. And then this cost price, since you are combining or merging these two tables using the inner join, the cost price, you can use it here. Okay, will get merged here. That is what your inner join. Okay. The other thing is, other way of saying this one is, you have the product table and then you have order transaction table. Okay. Whatever the products you have it in this table, for those products related transactions, only you need to select it. So what are the products you have it here? This is the master file or master table. This product ID only will be there here. It should be there. Only that one you select it and then you display it here in my report. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Fine. What is left out rejoin? Supposing your manager wants to see a report wherein whatever the products we sold. Okay, so in the report, in create a report wherein I should be able to see what products we sold, what products we did not sell. I need, both, so which products we sold, which product we did not sell, right? These two things should be there in a single report. How can you do that? The same data set, you take it, product and order table. Let's say you might be selling 100 products in your company. Not necessarily all the 100 products should be purchased by all your customers, right? Let's take, for example, simple example, in the last week sales is very particular about last week's sales. He wants to create a weekly sales report. The weekly sales report should show which all products we sold, which all product we did not sell. Let's say you have product A, B, C, okay, and you sell simplicity sake, you will take Y 100 records and all. A, B, C, D, E, you sell 5 products. This is available in our product table. Listen very carefully. This is product ID. Okay, forget about the product name, product ID. And you have order transaction. So you have some A, B, C, and E, and some customers purchase product E, and some other guy purchased E, right? Like this, the records are there here. Now your manager wants to see which all products we sold, which all products we did not sell. Okay, you join these two tables based on this product ID column with the left outer join. If you do left outer join, what will happen is all the products. See here, if you look at all these products, A, B, C, A, B, C, only we sold it. We received orders from the customers. For D and E, we did not receive that. If I use inner join, what will happen is whatever the products ordered by the customers, related to that data only, you will show it to your management. But when you use the left outer join, what products we sold, what products we did not sell, that we can see it in one go with the help of left outer join. So like I said, what is left outer join? Look at here. So this is A, B, C, D, E. Here, A, B, C, A is there. Right? So all the A, B, C matching records will be selected. Everything will be selected, right? So A is there, B is there, matching records will be selected in both the tables. And then the rest of the values, D also will display it here, right? That is what we left outer join. So A, B, C, if you do some kind of aggregation in total, right? If you add all the A related products sales amount, let's say you have something like $10,000 or $1,000, okay? And in B, the sale amount was, let's say, $200, and C, we made $800 in the last week. D and C, when you do left outer join, it will put blank here for D and C here, but D and C will also get selected, retrieved here. So with that, they can get to know, okay, what products we sold, which products we did not sell, D and C. With that, they can take a corrective action. So why did we not sell D and C? Don't we have enough stock? Or is it due to out of stock? Or is it due to the fact that the customers are not willing to buy D and C product from us? You understand, right? So in that kind of situation, left outer join is very much helpful. And okay, the next one is the right outer join. This is kind of a exception kind of thing. So whatever the product ID is there, look here in this side, A, B, C, D, E. The same product ID should be there in your order table, but it can appear more than one time. You're not supposed to have ZXY. The product ID should not be ZXY, because these product IDs are non-existent in your product table. Whatever the product ID you have in your product, the same thing should be there, but it can appear more than one time, but it should not be something different than this product table's product ID values. So in that kind of situation, this is due to some typo or data entry mistake. They put the wrong code for the product and they sold it. And the management wanted to see any exception. Okay, when you do the right outer join, you will get to know this. So ZXY, with that they can catch. So we build the product A in the name of product code Z. Actually, Z is nothing but A. Since as the new salesperson, since she doesn't know what is A, she simply typed Z. In that case, what will happen is, though we made good sales here, since different for the same product ID, they use a different convention here, the sale amount will get distributed here and there, right? So hence it will downplay the sales amount. The exceptional kind of report, you can go for right outer join. And if you want to see this kind of use cases, left outer join is very much helpful. A union B will have, I want to combine all this, very common thing. And this is the one, it's very different thing. So left outer join, sorry, left anti-join, left anti-join. This is right anti-join. So when we can use this one, I told you this is, let's say this is A and B. So this is nothing but A minus B. Whatever product you sell it here, which you don't sell it here, if you want to see it, this is very much helpful. For example, you have two retail store in your place. Let's say you are living in Delhi. You have two retail store is there, okay, and store 1 and store 2. You wanted to understand what are the product we sell it in store 1, which we don't sell it in store 2. You have to Excel file given to you. They want you, your manager given it to you, and he wants you to find out what are the products we sell it in store 1, which we don't sell it in store 2. I want the detail, and the other way around, okay, and vice versa. Okay, store 1, whatever we sell, which we don't sell it in store 2, and store 2, whatever we sell it, which we don't sell it in store 1. I want that one. In that kind of situation, this is very much helpful. A minus B and B minus A. But in SQL, we say minus. A minus B, B minus A. Instead, here, Power Query Editor, we use left anti-join, right anti-join. So too much of explanation, right? But simply, if you say what is left outer join, right answer, if they are okay with that, fine. But if they ask you in detail, you should be knowing it. That's the reason why I explained it in detail. I just go back here and dim. I'm going to load another file, dim location. Dim location, dimension location. That is an XLS. Okay. I'm looking for some XLS file because that is the latest one. Okay, I just go with this, not this one. And yeah, we have product location. Let it be there. This one seems to be very outdated one. Okay, anyhow, I just say close and apply. Let me do one thing. Yes, location key is there here. I just click on OK. This is the latest file. .xls. And to show you append, yes, append is pending. I just show you. We'll start with append. The file name is also append one. To start with this, we'll take a look at the append. Okay. I have loaded two files, append one, append two. Forget about the other two files. Append one, append two. Just for simplicity sake, right, to remember the files that is related to the topic, I just created with this name, append one, append two. But when you load it, it will show foreign sales two. I just rename it the same thing. Okay. Append is very simple operation with this volume of the data set, but in real time, it's the volume of the data is very huge. Okay, now I go to the Power Query editor and we will see how we can perform the append. It is always a good practice before you perform any append or match. Just take a look at this data, at least look at the structure here. So here we have in total 5 columns are there, whereas in append 2 we have only 4 columns are there. Got it? And so what is the extra column? The extra column is location. Let's say, by looking at this, I can understand this is not required. I'm going to remove it. But other thing, what I see here is product, sales, country, and date. everything is there in the proper order. Okay, the column, the order of the column is also same here. That is fine. But here date is there, here date one is there. If I go and I'll show you. If I go to the append, how to perform append, I just selected, you can select any one of this file of these two. And what you do is you just, I just go to the home, and here I have something called append queries. And don't select this one. When you select this option, what will happen is it will combine these two things, and the append one, append two will not be available for, for reference. Later point in time, if you want to refer how we got, these two files, how much values, how many number of records were there here, how many records were there in this file, you will not be able to find out, because this one will get combined together into single file. When you use this option, instead it use this option always, append queries as new. In addition to that, it will create another query. In Power Query Editor, the tables are called as query. That's all. So otherwise, it doesn't make any difference. Okay. So look here, since I have selected this one and I selected append queries as new, this one got selected automatically. First table and second table. Which table you want to append it? This is something like in real-time scenario, they give you week 1 and week 2 data in separate file. Append 1 is your week 1, append 2 is your week 2 table. They want you to combine these two week 1 and week 2 data into single file, and then you create a report. But in that kind of situation, you'll be using this, and click on OK. So both, look here, we have something else called append 3 got created. For this, the basis is append 1. For this, the source is append 1 as well as append 2. But here in the append 2, we found a column name by the name of date 1. But in append 1, we found a column by the name of date. There was some naming convention problem. Because of the naming convention problem, even though it should have only 4 columns in it, it created additional column here. So Power Query thought, in this date 1 is different from date. Hence, it created two different columns. But if you see here in this table, it put null here for all these, because in table append 1, we don't have a column by the name of date 1. Hence, it put null here. And similarly, in append 2, we don't have a column by the name of date. We had only date 1. So hence, it put null in the date column. Whereas in the case of date 1, it put null against the append 1 related records. What if you have 1 million records here? 1 million nulls will be there. Similarly here, that's why it is always a best practice. Take a look at the data first, the structure, and see it. In this case, the simple thing is, you just rename this column so that, this column data will go. The interview, if they ask you, if I have 2 files, okay, and in file 1, I have 5 columns are there. In file 2, I have 4 columns are there. If I perform append, will it work? Yes, it will work. Okay, in file 1, I have 4 columns. In file 2 also, I have 4 columns are available. But in all the column names are same in both the files, but except the date. In file 1, I have a column by the name of date, whereas in file 2, I have date 1 column. After you perform the append, what will happen? 5 columns will get created, and it will put null for the date 1 column, null for the first file, then the second file, it will put null for the date column. Okay, the simple solution is, the one solution is you just go to this query and rename the column now. Now also you can do it. When you do it, and then if you go back here, append 3 will have the data from these 2 files. Supposing, look here, in this case, we have 5 records. In append 1, we have 14 records. 14 plus 5, 19 records will be there in this file. Look here, 19 rows are there. You can find it at the bottom here. Okay. Look here, I just changed the column name here, date 1 to date. It got automatically updated, refreshed in the append 3. I don't have to do append one more time. I don't have to go here. I don't have to redo it one more time. It automatically takes care. The other interview question is, for example, append to, all the columns are same in both the file, but in the second file, the column order was different. Will it work? Yes, it will still work. That is the beauty of this one. Okay, a column order can be anything. The number of columns need not to be same between or across the files. The column name should be same. Okay, that is what the takeaway. So now you understood the append. For append, if you want to perform the append, the similar operation in SQL query, right? In RDBMS database, in SQL query, you need to use union all. They will ask you the comparison. Okay, we are done with append. But one point you need to remember it. Append doesn't take care of the duplicate values. Supposing you have 5 records, what in the append one, you have 14 records in total. The last 4 records are available in append 2 also. It will simply combine these two things blindly. It will not remove the duplicate records. You need to check that one also manually. After you perform the append, don't think, we are done successfully. You need to make sure that you don't have any duplicate. That one, you need to check it out. Okay, fine. The next one is merge. This time I will be using the location. Where is that in location? Sheet 1. I think sheet 1 is my location. I just rename it with some meaningful name. What is dim location? Location dimension. Usually we call this a location dimension, but this is the naming convention we follow it in development environment in real-time scenario. Okay, dim location, which means location dimension. Dimension table will have unique values here. Look here, location key, you have only, can you see any duplicate values here? No. Bangalore appears only one time. Chennai appears only one time. Okay, we are done with this. Now we need to do merge operation. I just select the transform ribbon and not here, sorry, in the home ribbon. In the home ribbon, merge queries as the same way. You need to select this one. Since I have selected this, and when I clicked on the merge queries as new, this one got selected automatically. Now it is asking you, okay, you want to join this table with which table? So you need to select just by clicking on this drop down. You can select what is that? NC sales, I think. Yes, here we have location key. So now here you need to specify the common column between these two tables because you are performing a merge operation, not append. Okay, when you perform merge, you need to specify the common column between these. You need to select the common columns between these two tables. Okay, what are the common columns here? Location key is there here. Location key is there here. And here also location key is there. We don't see any other common column between these two. And logically, these two are here by BLR is a Pune is there here. Need not to be in the same order. It will be in different thing, but whatever value you have it in location key of your dimension, okay, the same should be there here. Okay. Need not to be all the values of this one should be here. Okay. Somewhat it should match. Okay. Fine. Now the next step is you need to click on this location key column here. So that since I clicked on here, this one got selected and I need to go and select this one. This way Power Query Editor can understand. I will have to join these two tables using the location key. Okay, good. And the next step is the default one is left outer join. So here they've given a very simple definition. All from first table, all the values from the first table and matching from second table. Okay, and here click on OK. Left outer join, it does this one. And if I look here, the next step, you can see something like this. Location key, location name. From your dim location table is appearing here. The NC sales here, it shows something table. And if you click somewhere here, somewhere next to this one, you can see the table, right? That the value for the Bangalore sales, you can see it here. Look here, if you scroll down, value for the Bangalore related transaction, you can see it, and the entire transaction, you can see it here. If you select Mumbai here, you can see Mumbai related transaction here. But I want this data to be available along with this one. You just click on this double arrow. Okay. You click on it and it will say, to display everything here. So you wanted to select all the columns. Yes, I just unselect this one, click on OK. Look here, product ID, customer ID, location key, everything. Since location key is available in both the table, for the sake of understanding which one from which table, right? It puts some dot one here, so that we can understand these two columns are coming from two different tables. Fine. So now I performed a left outer join. And what I do is I don't want all these columns. I just select only these specific columns. By holding the control key, you can select more than one column. And the next one is I'm interested in only the sales amount and quantity and profit. Rest of them, I don't need it. Right click on it, remove other columns. This is a beautiful feature. Okay, I can see everything here. If I scroll down here, look here, you can see Mumbai, right? So bomb. Mumbai, so the naming convention is something wrong here, right? Instead of using the mum here we have used bomb in location dimension. Okay, we will go to the location table and see it here. Here we have something called mum for Mumbai, BOM for Bombay. Though this table have unique values in this location key, this is something related to inconsistent data. This is data quality related issues. Okay. Ideally, this one should, there is nothing should, nothing should be defined like this, right? Now the Mumbai name is Mumbai and it should be like this. But they have, but this is not a duplicate, but from the business point of view, yes, it is a duplicate record. The inconsistency, that's why even though you make sure that you created the unique values, logically also you need to check it out. Okay, this is a different thing altogether. And but what happens here is, look here in the, let's say bomb, right? Here you can see null here. With this, what we can understand is, and location name is Bombay. It is coming from here, and on the right side, so the sales amount, from the sales amount column to till the end, right? Quantity, there is no transaction happened in my order table matching to this record. With this, we can find out the exception from the left side of your table also. Okay, there is no, right? So nothing is there. This is here, you can see the null here, right? This is a special case. It's interesting one. Okay, sometimes it can happen like this. They wrongly define this, but most of the time, what our developers they do, they simply use inner join, and then they will say, right, the sales is coming out clearly with something wrong. They break their head. End of the day, they don't do this kind of check. The problem is the volume is very huge. You don't have time to test everything. Okay, now I just show you how to use other type of join. So you don't have to go back to the merge queries, as you don't have to create one more thing. Okay, so what I do is I just click on here, the source here icon. Next to that, we have the wheel icon. I just clicked on it. It open up the merge again. And what I do is this time you do the right outer join. But you have already defined it. Okay, whatever records that are there, matching to that, it will fetch it. And the rest of the values will be displayed here. And I just click on OK now. And now it has done something like this. Okay, what I do is I just go here. Oh, no. This is for learning purpose. I'm doing it. Okay. In case you want to left outer join as well as right outer, then you need to create two different queries. The previous one, I don't need it. I just removed it. Okay, both the table got meshed, but this time it got meshed with right outer join. If you go to the last record, right, so the bottom record, so we don't see any blank value here because in the sales table, okay, the NC sales, whatever the location key that were defined as part of the dimensional location key only we used. We did not use BOM related location key in this one. Though there was some inconsistent location key was available in dim location, but still we don't, we could see that we don't see those inconsistent, record related data went in here. It is good. We don't see any exception. Right outer join is good. And the next one is, again, if you want to try it out, click on the wheel and just go here and you can select full outer join, inner join, left anti-join. Okay, left anti-join. Okay, I just click on OK here. Look here, it shows very clearly, right? Non-matching values. Okay. In the case of left anti-join, it shows, yeah, it exclude. Yeah, it shows only the exception record. Okay, that is what this one it shows. And if I expand this one, it shows only Mumbai. But here in this is my transaction table, it will show null there. Look here, there is no transaction happen for this scheme BOM. Right, with this also we can find out the whatever the location key that is there here, which is not there here, you can select it with the help of left anti-join. A minus B. Okay, A minus B is your left anti-join. Okay, and B minus A is your. And again, if you want to try the same thing, if you click on here and you can select right anti-join. When you click on it, you will find something like this. This table is empty because we don't have any records for the right anti-join. Hence, it is not showing anything here. So what I do is I just go back here and then I just set left anti-join. And we have something called fuzzy matching. Okay, supposing you have the city name is available as the location case BLR is available here. All the letters are uppercase, but here you have the first letter is the B is a lowercase, rest of them are uppercase. In that case, also what will happen is the Power Query editor will think this, since this is the first letter is a small letter, rest of them are caps, and but it's a case sensitive. In that case, it will not join these two records. Though these two records are same, it will discard this record while joining the table. So in order to overcome that, what we can do is click on use fuzzy matching. So it will, it will go by it uses something called Jaccard similarity algorithm. It's a machine learning related algorithm, Jaccard algorithm. With that, it will try to find the near match. Though the first letter is small b, rest of them are LR, it's somewhat matching with this one. Okay. And then if you click on it, it will still, consider this one also while joining with this table. Okay. That is what fuzzy. Then I will discuss about fuzzy join as part of the group by session. Okay. Don't worry. So with this, I'm going to wrap up today's session because from next week onwards, right, we will increase the timing so that we can complete this training program quickly. Because I removed one table, right? The first table. That is the reason why it is one second. Let me just discard changes. Okay, instead of discarding it, I just go here. And when I apply changes, what happens is the problem is with okay, loading block by failures with other queries. Merge one. Yeah, here in the merge one, NC cells of the table was not found. I did the Okay, what I do is here, I just go to my Power Query Editor. Just because of one query, all the other queries will not work. So what, look here, the merge one has got some problem here. So here I just check it and undo this. And then you just don't panic if you get error, but you should be very good at troubleshooting and fixing the errors. In this case, the volume of the data is very less, but it's miserable. We work with huge volume of data. It takes a lot of time. Some reports, believe me or not, 3 to 4 days it takes to populate the data. Now it's working fine. What I will do is I'll save this as day 4 or something like that. I will share it to you all, and you can also use this file. And see, once I send this file, you need to download it in your laptop. And importantly, what you need to do is you just click on the transform data, click on the data source settings. You see what all the files that I used it here. Okay. And forget about this one. I will, you don't have to worry about this. These files, you can check it. Okay. And this one probably you can remove it from here. Make sure that these files are available in your laptop. Okay. I can send only the report. These files, you should make sure that it should be available in file, because all these files are in a zip file. Okay. In my website, I already explained you. And make sure that you create a folder somewhat similar to this and keep all these files and data files under this folder. And if you think, I don't want to use this folder name. Okay. In that case, what you do is you go to your Power Query Editor. From there, you change the folder name, your folder name. You need to specify the folder name of yours. For example, here, the append one. Next to source, you click on the wheel icon. You will find this is the folder I used it. In my laptop, in this folder, this file is available. But you should also make sure that, first of all, this file is available in your system, in your laptop. It should be there in your laptop. And then, let's say in your laptop, you have something called C colon data folder. You created something like that recently for this training program. In that folder, you keep this file. But end of the day, this file should be there. But Power Query Editor, to understand, where this file is available, you need to specify the location of the folder path, including the file name. Here you can change it. Okay. Only when you change this, it will work. One student, right, she was breaking her head, and though I sent the report file, she opened it and she was trying to do some transformation. It was throwing file not found error. And she was saying that the D colon dat one folder, it is throwing error from your file only, not from my desktop. No, you need to change this folder name. Either you change it or you can create a folder by this name. In that folder, you need to keep this file in your laptop also, only then it will work. When you open this file, it will go and check in your laptop whether this folder is there or not. And in that folder, whether this file is there or not. Only if this file is available in this folder, it will work. Right? Hope you understood. I just close and apply it. I will send it to experienced people. I know it will be a little bit, frustrating thing hearing this basic thing, but what to do? I have the mix of people here. I just save it and share it to you all right away so that you can start practice it. But don't